San Diego is bracing for a rare tropical system that's set to pass near our coast over the next couple of days.
We're going to show you some video here from Colima, Mexico, where the storm hit the beach resort earlier this week. This will be the closest pass for a hurricane along the U.S. border with Mexico in 25 years. But San Diegans aren't just being asked to heed the incoming rain. They're also being asked to preserve power. A flex alert now in effect for a 9th day straight.
Dana Marie McNichol has more on how much longer residents are being asked to conserve energy. But we begin with Chris Groh to explain what the help available for residents to prepare for the rain.
And the main message from CAL FIRE and the County of San Diego, be aware and be prepared. Now, with the rain, we're likely going to see a lot of standing water, maybe even some running water. And one of the things that you definitely don't want to do is risk it with your vehicle.
With the amount of water that could be coming off or out of the sky, I mean, there could be roads that are flooded that the county doesn't even know about yet. So definitely don't try and cross any water. They're even downtown with there's the low levels right by the San Diego River. The people that try and think they can drive through that and they get stranded out there. So definitely don't try and drive through any bodies of water. Even if you have four-wheel drive, go around, find an alternate route.
Now, the county and CAL FIRE are also helping residents directly in rural areas and in other parts of the county. They are going to have sand and sandbags available for free at a number of locations across the area. You can use these sandbags to protect certain areas from that water, from running up to it, or to just really try to prevent flooding of certain areas on your property, divert those floodwaters. Now, CAL FIRE says now is a good time to check culverts and drains before it rains to make sure that they don't already have blockage, because the rain and any runoff and any of that flowing water could add to that. Now, of course, we want everyone to have the very latest information, not only about the actual weather forecast, but also the effects, the impact that having this rain after so long could potentially have. You can go to CBS8.com, click on that help button for that useful info. But for now, we're going to send it to Evan and Ronnie for a better look at what we can expect.
All right, Chris Groh, thank you very much. And we have already seen some of these showers start up across San Diego County. This is the incoming first wave of Hurricane K, currently turning just off the coast of the Baja Peninsula, not making any landfall whatsoever, running parallel north of Baja, and then just going to veer off to the west. And as it does so, we'll see the outer bands of that system, but we are not expecting this to be by any means a hurricane making landfall. But you did hear how this is the closest a hurricane will come to our San Diego coastline in about 25 years. Here's the outer bands. We're starting to see some rain develop. Looks like this afternoon is going to be a mainly dry afternoon for your coast and inland, although some of that rain has already started and is mainly sticking to the mountaintops. Clouds are across the county, feeling very, very tropical out there, with temperatures still very warm. I mean, it's 79 degrees in downtown San Diego. We're looking at your temperatures this afternoon warming up to the 80s and 90s. In some cases, we are already there. Escondido is at 93 degrees. Another monitoring site in downtown San Diego says that we are at 91 degrees, 87 for Encinitas, 89 for Oceanside, 90 for Alpine. So these temperatures, as you can see, are not letting up by any means. We do, however, have some cooler temperatures in the mix. Once this comes through, as it deteriorates and breaks apart into a post-tropical cyclone, we'll start to see those cooler temperatures come into play for the weekend. Currently, a Category 1 storm, sustained speeds of 80 miles per hour. We're seeing it slowly move northwest at about 15 miles per hour, so making its way up the coastline parallel to Baja, and then it'll veer off to the west. You see that curve here on the screen, deteriorate to a post-tropical cyclone, and then break apart from there. But we will still get these outer bands, so we're seeing very tropical weather out there. Hot, humid conditions out there, cloudy overall right now, but coming up in just a bit, we'll talk more about the cooling temperatures we'll have, just how much rain to expect, because the bulk of precipitation is really going to hit us for about tomorrow afternoon all the way through your Saturday. We'll talk about how much to expect, all of the preparations for it in just a bit. Carrie?